The Golden State Warriors have one of the greatest three-point shooters and point guards of all time. The Memphis Grizzlies have an amazing young point guard who's one of the best dunkers in the entire NBA. And the San Antonio Spurs have this guy. Hey everyone, welcome back to Courtside Ball. Today we are going to be ranking every NBA team's starting point guard. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And yeah, let's get into it. So coming in at number 30, we have the San Antonio Spurs with Trey Jones. The only thing that I really know about this guy is that in NBA 2K22, he was listed as a point guard / power forward, which kind of confused me. So yeah. Next on the list, I got Alex Caruso. He probably could be higher, except he's bald. Next up, we got Monte Morris. He's a good player, but he's still one of the worst starting point guards in the league. At number 27, we have the Los Angeles Lakers. They could be higher if they started Russell Westbrook, but instead, they got Patrick Beverley. Now at number 26 for the Magic, we have one of the biggest draft busts of all time, Markelle Fultz. At number 25, we have the Houston Rockets with Kevin Porter Jr., who's apparently averaging 18 points this season. I did not know that. Next up, we have the Clippers with Reggie Jackson. They should start John Wall instead, but they aren't, so they're over here. Next up at number 23, of one of my favorite players of all time for the Miami Heat, Kyle Lowry. He would be higher, but as the people with NBA YoungBoy profile pictures on Twitter would say, he's washed. Next up, we got the Utah Jazz with Michael Conley. I only got nothing to say, it's 2022. Next up for the Timberwolves, we have D'Angelo Russell. He would be higher if this was Brooklyn Nets D'Angelo Russell, but it's not. Next up at number 20 for the Denver Nuggets, we have Jamal Murray. He'll be higher next year, he's still recovering from the ACL injury. Next up for the Phoenix Suns, we have Chris Paul. He's very inefficient this season, he's having his worst year of his career. I think we can officially say that he's washed. Number 18, we have Cade Cunningham, who sadly went down with injury a few weeks ago, so that sucks. Get well soon. Next up at number 17 for the Knicks, we have Jalen Brunson. He got paid a bag this summer, and it is now looking like a half-decent contract, I guess. Just missing the top 15. At number 16, we have the New Orleans Pelicans with CJ McCollum. Pelicans are probably my second favorite team behind the Raptors. Speaking of the Raptors, just making the top 15, we have the Toronto Raptors with Fred VanVleet. As a Raptors fan, it hurts to put him this low, but I mean, he's sucked this season. And the Raptors have also sucked this season. They won their first game the night I'm recording this, and their first game that they've won in 6 games, so yeah, that's not good. Number 14, we have last year's deep point Marcus Smart. Celtics have been good. He's also been good, so yeah, that's why he's here. At number 14, we have another defensive-minded guard for the Milwaukee Bucks, Jrue Holiday. Bucks are my pick to win the championship this year, so yeah, that's interesting. At number 12, we have Darius Garland for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs are also one of my favorite teams, so I like seeing Cavs players this high. At number 11, we have one of the candidates for most improved player, Tyrese Halliburton. He's been really good this season, averaging 10 assists or something. I passed up on him on fantasy, and I'm kind of regretting it. Not kinda, I'm really regretting it. Now, we are on to the top 10. These players are the equivalent to steroids if steroids could take steroids, except don't do steroids because they make your penis smaller. Coming in at number 10, we have the Sacramento Kings with De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox has always been one of my favorite players in the NBA. I have a jersey of him. Actually, I have 30 NBA jerseys, and none of them fit me anymore. But yeah, he had a down year last year, but he seems to be back at the level he was at before. At number 8, we have LaMelo Ball, the Charlotte Hornets. He's been injured a lot this year, so he hasn't played much, but I mean, he's still top 10. Alright, now this next one is a bit controversial. Cut the music, let's get serious. It's Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks coming in at number 8. I know that might seem controversial. I do not like Trae Young in the slightest. He's probably top 10 worst defensive player in the league right now, but people still consider him a top 5, sometimes even 3 point guard. He's nowhere near that. You have to be able to be at least decent at both sides of the ball to even be considered a good player, so, I mean, yeah, he sucks. At number 7, we have Damian Lillard, who is back to the Damian Lillard that we know. He had a bad year last year, half because he was injured, half because he was playing bad, but now he's back, and I love it. Just missing the top 5, we have the Philadelphia 76ers with James Harden. He started his career playing point guard, then he switched to shooting guard for most of his career, but now he's back at point guard, and he's doing good. Alright, so last night while I was recording this video, I was going to go upstairs get some cereal, which is Rice Krispies. They're the best cereal, by the way. But then I fell asleep right on the floor of the kitchen because I was very tired. And I woke up 3 hours later. I went back downstairs and I didn't feel like finishing the video, so I'm finishing it now in the morning, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. Just making the top 5, we have the Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie has missed a lot of games this season, half because he was injured, half because he said some very no-no stuff. But when he has played, he's been great. At number 4, we have the entire Thunder roster. which is basically just Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder already suck, and if they didn't have him, that would be even worse. Also, I got this guy in fantasy, and he's averaging like 50 fantasy points, and I picked him with like my 9th pick, so that's crazy. So yeah, the Thunder at number 4. At number 3, we have the Grizzlies with Demetrius Jamal Morant. For almost like every other player on this list, I've like had something to say, but I have like nothing to say about Ja. I don't know, he's just good. Yeah, let's move on. At the number 2 spot, we have one of the greatest point guards of all time, Steph Curry. A player like Steph Curry would usually be at number 1, except for the fact that the Dallas Mavericks with Luka Doncic as the best point guard in the NBA is like absolutely insane. Choosing between Steph Curry and Luka Doncic were kind of difficult, but I ended up going with Luka. So yeah, Luka number 1, Steph number 2. Alright, that's the end of the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Comment if you disagree or agree. Comment if you think who should be higher, who should be lower. And yeah, that's it. See ya.